Folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's a Friday, May 7th, and I'm shooting the intro back a ways from the beehives there because I wanted to show you this mimosa tree here. So the mimosa tree is in front of this elm tree that's all green, but it's all dead. So back in February, we had 3 days below zero, more than 10 below. I think a couple days it was 16 below zero. So big Arctic blast, and a lot of folks lost their bees. I was fortunate, I didn't lose any hives, but man, they're really set back. They won't be making a whole lot of honey this year. They're recovering. So that's what's going on with all of that. But I wanted to show you this mimosa tree. There you can see all the dead wood. There's a few little green sprigs on it here and there, but if you go grab a limb and just bend it, it just snaps. It's dead. It's all dead. And I'm assuming that's from our freeze. So here's a shot of this mimosa tree when it's in full bloom. So yeah, that was a big foraging thing in the heat of the summer. A lot of bees would forage on that, as well as bumblebees and native bees. The honeybees didn't seem like they got on it near as much as the other bees do, but there was a few on there. So another foraging bush or tree also got hit, and that's the privet. So there's a lot of privet that blooms around here in the late spring. And I noticed a really big one that's over by the big barn, and one down by the pond. They look like that tree. They're all brown, and there's a few green stuff, you know, coming out here and there, but it's really been frozen back. And our crepe myrtles, we had to cut them way back to the ground. We planted some azaleas up by the house that were on the north side, and I don't think they're coming back. Some people said leave them and they'll come back, but they won't bloom, but these aren't coming back. I don't think so. So today we're going to take care of a couple of our nukes, maybe 3, but we need to get in there, check them, make sure the queen's doing okay. If it was a virgin queen, make sure she's mated and all of that, and expand them out is the main thing we're going to do today. But I know some of you are probably wanting to see the swarms and how they're doing, because that was the last video, but it's only been 10 days, so I need to let the queens get out and mate and come back. They both had virgin queens in there. I checked them after all the storms we had. I checked them. I released that one queen that was in the clip, and the same day I did that, I checked that other swarm, and I did find a virgin queen in there, and I've not messed with them since then. So that's been 10 days. So we need to wait another week to get in there and see if those queens are mated. I don't want to disturb them swarms. They seem like they're doing good. They like where they're at. They haven't left, so that's a good thing. When you repossess your bees, you want them to stay. Okay, so let's get into these nukes. We're going to look at number 4 and number 18 and get them taken care of. So here's the limb I cut out of the big elm that the swarm was in. So I'll come down here with the loppers and lop off that small stuff and get it into the fire pit over there. And the rest of it will go into the chipper, make some wood chips. Okay, here's hive 4. So I've been feeding it with the little top jar feeder system there, and they've taken 4 quarts. I quit feeding them last week. I didn't want them to get too much sugar water in there and not have room for that queen to lay, and they were doing okay. So I've seen some yellow pollen going in there. So yeah, this hive is doing pretty good. So it's ready to graduate on up to its 10 frame. I'm only going to do 9 though, because I'm going to put a internal feeder in there for them to help them with the new comb. This hive is a artificial swarm from Hive 10. So this is Hive 10's queen. She's last year's queen. She's a blue queen. So let's get in here and check them out. So this little system here works pretty good. The only drawback to this is if the sun hits this direct and it's not a very strong hive, when it heats up, the pressure builds up in here and it'll force your syrup out faster than they can take it down. But they didn't have that problem. They would take a quart in a day. So this hive is pretty strong. Yeah, we got wall-to-wall bees. Look up here for our queen. I don't see her. I'm gonna go ahead and shake this down because they're gonna come out of here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move the nuke right here, and I'm gonna set my 10 frame box up right here, and then move these 5 frames over, and then we'll pick and choose which frames we want to put on the outside of that. I've got some new frames and I've got some old drone comb too. Probably do a mix. Man, I need to do some tree work. It's a jungle back here. So I went ahead with just 4 old drone frames. So this is a new frame they've drawn out. It's got honey in the top and pollen at the bottom. So I want to orient it the same direction that I got it out of there. And the queen has laid these up nicely. See all the brood there. And it's actually emerged here. So it's emerged there and she's backfilled it. So see all that unemerged brood out there on the edge. It started emerging in the middle, and our queen's right here. That's our last year blue queen from Hive 10. I think I had my right hand to the front, so I didn't put it in backwards. We'll see when I edit the video. And this is a nice brood frame here. She laid all that up. And this side, I need my flashlight to look in there to see if that's eggs. Not gonna worry about it. Sunset, and we got a whole nother hive to do after this, so. This is a new frame they're drawing out. You may have noticed I went and got my belt, put it on, keep these bees out of my jacket. And this was a piece of drawn comb that went in originally, and that's all full of nectar / sugar water. And there's probably some real nectar in there too from forage. So that's a nice, strong, good hive start right there. I'll go ahead and put these on there to reduce it down since it's still a growing hive. Less space to defend. So I've got an internal feeder I'm going to put over here on the side. One of those frame feeders. But I'm probably not going to get to that this evening. So we just set the box in that bottom board there, so any bees left on it, they'll kind of walk their way up there. And we'll just leave that there while I'm working on this other one. Okay, let's get over to number 18, and hopefully we get on the right one. So here's 18. We can't mess it up. It's a nuke. It's obvious. If you know what I'm talking about, I was supposed to be doing a hive inspection on 17 here, and I accidentally got in 16 there, and I was looking for a new laying queen, and I found a marked queen, and that was puzzling until I figured out I was in the wrong hive. Okay, let's get in here. Looking good at the entrance. So this one I left my bottom board and everything right here. So in anticipation of the spring doing the split, everything would be right there. Someone left a comment about these style of feeders. It was an excellent suggestion. So what he said was, next time I make one of these, cut the 1x off the width of a box. So if I had to, if there was robbing issues, I could put another nuke box on top of that and still have my feeder here. Very good suggestion. Thanks to whoever sent that. Oh boy. This is busting at the seams. Let me go look up the info on this one. I believe it's a artificial swarm as well. Yeah, look how strong that is. So right after I took the lid off, they were up on the sides of the outside frames as well. It's very strong for a nuke. Okay, so this is an artificial swarm from hive number 6. We brought the queen over. They had swarm cells over there, so we got her out of there so she wouldn't swarm on us. So she's in here. She wasn't marked, but we came in later and marked her blue. So we're gonna move this. And get this ready. Sometimes you find some interesting critters when you open these like this. None today. Well, that's a screen bottom board. I'm gonna put the insert in there because, yeah, cucarachas. Ay, caramba! There's still a few cool mornings, and that screen split right there. And I don't want the big black ants that hang around here just to start attacking this. However, this hive is really strong, so it's the weak ones you got to worry about. But the black ants will go in the hive and actually drag larvae out of the cells and take them off and do whatever they do with them. Okay, here we go. See a lot of bees gathering up here. Like, where's my home? Okay, here we go. So this one I've got 2 drawn frames, and I'm putting 2 new ones in this one. I need to save these. I don't have a whole lot left because I'm going to be doing 5 splits in a couple of weeks. I'm getting some queens coming in, and I need to be ready for that. Okay, let's get in here, see if we can make it happen without the smoke. These bees are much calmer than that number 4 hive. So both sides of this are laid up in larvae, uncapped. So the queens filled that up. Did a nice job. She'll probably be on this one. So it's cloudy and the sun is setting, so my light's going away fast. Oh wow. This is what I call a brood balm. This side is about 100% capped. There's one little spot there in the middle. And then this side here. Look at that. Man, that's a good queen. Well, I missed her. I didn't see her. She must be on the next one. And this frame is fairly identical to that other one. It's brood balm number 2. Yeah, they were going to run out of room. And she's laid all that up drone comb down there on the bottom, hanging off. Well, I hope she's on the next frame. Well, this is all pollen here, so she's likely not to be there. Got all the nice pollen. Well, I'm concerned I did not see the queen. And she's got fresh markings on her. I don't see her in the box, but before I move that box, I'm going to go through here one more time. I like to have a positive location on the queen when I do something like this. Well, I did not locate her, so that bugs me. I'm not going to go through it a third time. We'll just have to come back and double check. She may be in that box over there. I looked through it pretty good, and I had the flashlight in there. Did not see her. But we'll be careful when we get the bees out of this box over here. Just kind of set that on there. No sign of a queen. Okay, that's it for Hive 18. We need to come back and follow up and make sure our queen's in here. That's odd that I did not find her. I usually find them pretty quick. I was looking for a blue marked queen, and I'm pretty sure I'm in the right hive. So that is a little concerning, but she could have been on that box right there. I didn't see her though. I guess the only other thing is I might have missed her on that first frame I pulled out, and then she went over to one of those other frames that I introduced here that had the comb on them. That's possible. But we'll follow up, we'll come back and check it out and make sure she's in there. So she couldn't have swarmed because there's no swarm cells in there. So that's not possible. And they didn't supersede her because there's no supersedure cells in there. So some could have just happened to her though, and there were no eggs for them to do anything with. But with all the larvae and everything I saw in there, that's not the case. She's in there, I just missed her. Positive thinking. So that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe on your way out, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.